Go big or go home. And the people of Southlake, they go big, and this is their home. Southlake, Texas is known as one of the wealthiest cities in the entire state. And by wealth, we're going well beyond their financial assets. We're talking about rich in pride, tradition, heritage, and commitment to excellence. Let's take a close look at what could easily be described as the Beverly Hills of Texas. Are you ready? Hi, I'm Tracy Sorrell with the DFW Life, and I'm a realtor in our Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I help people relocate to Southlake and our surrounding cities on a fairly regular basis. It's not about bedrooms, baths, square feet, features, swimming pools versus tennis court. You can find all that online, but what you may not see are the things that are most important to you. For example, the cost of living. And honestly, if you're thinking about relocating to Southlake,
affordability is not your top issue.
but maybe you are interested in the pros and cons, good, the bad, the ugly, the culture of living your life in Southlake. And if you're thinking about making a move here, give me a call, shoot me a message, comment below. I want to help you decide whether Southlake, Texas is where you want to create your memories and call home. In this video, we're going to take a ride around Southlake. We're going to look at the things to do, the places you want to go, the things you are going to be interested in if you decide to make this your home. And if this is your first time to this channel, do me a favor, subscribe below, press the bell, and you'll be notified anytime anything goes down around town, around Southlake and our DFW Metroplex. Now, strap on your seatbelt and let's get ready to ride. Well, this is not a documentary of Southlake, Texas, and I won't be able to go over everything there is to know, but I hope I'm able to cover some hot topics that may make a difference for you, that you might think important if you decide to make Southlake your home. Well, let's start with perception. Southlake is so deserving of many accomplishments, but its reputation is a bit polarizing. Whereas some see excellence, others see arrogance. Some may see classy, others cliquish. Some see sophistication, others see standoffish. And where there is a sense of pride, others may see pompous. Now, the people of Southlake may say this is just a sign of envy. Maybe it is, but it is the perception that some people have of the folks who live in Southlake. Oh, and that gargantuan dragon you saw behind me at the beginning of the video? Well, I'm going to tell you more about that soon. Now, back to living your life in Southlake. And if you are like most people who relocate here, one of the first things you're going to want to know is, well, what is there to do here in Southlake? Let's start by one of the popular things many people enjoy, shopping. Southlake Town Square is a 130 acres shopping district with 120 shops and dozens of restaurants. Your shopping will range from national brand retail stores and casual eateries to high-end exclusive boutiques, fine jewelry, couture clothiers, and of course, some of the finest dining in our DFW Metroplex. And if you need to pick up a few grocery items, Trader Joe's is here in the square. Town Square is not just a place to shop and eat. It's the heart of Southlake. Town Square has a lively year-round calendar of special events, including Oktoberfest, the nationally ranked Art in the Square, Home for the Holidays, Stars and Stripes, and if you're looking for more cultural diversity, come join the celebrations during Diwali Fest and Somo's Southlake Fiesta. Now warning, this place is filled with people, fun, and excitement during festivals and holidays. And by now you may be saying to yourself, Tracy, you know, shopping and going from boutique to boutique, restaurant to restaurant, that doesn't really interest me much, doesn't float my boat, and piling my car with a bunch of bags, not my thing. What else is there to do in Southlake? Well, I'm glad you asked. Maybe you would be more interested in Bicentennial Park. Bicentennial Park is one of Southlake's largest parks, and it's home to baseball fields, the Liberty Gardens, and that's the memorial of 9/11, the Southlake Tennis Center, a playground with splash pad, and of course, a pickleball complex. When you find yourself in need of break from the hustle and bustle and in need of just peace and quiet, then this would absolutely be a treat for you. Bob Jones Nature Center and Preserve.
Now I'm in front of Bob Jones Nature Center. And if you do a little research online, you will know how significant Bob Jones is to the city of Southlake. He's one of the founding fathers here. And without Bob Jones, there probably would not be Southlake, Texas. Here at the Nature Center, there are over 700 acres of our cross timber ecosystem. You can come out here, explore, get to know, enjoy, and walk around. There are 20 miles of walking trail in the Bob Jones Nature Center. When I pulled up today, I almost got a little emotional because it's almost a way, an opportunity to just kind of step back and enjoy life, take a breath in such a busy, fast-paced world. You know, the opportunity to just slow down, take in and respect the beauty that God has given us in nature.
Another thing you will notice about living in Southlake is its public art. You can travel throughout the city and find art proudly displayed in open spaces, intersections, key gateways, and roundabouts. Throughout the years, the city of Southlake has amassed a remarkable collection of public art. Now, this leads me to explain the largest art sculpture in Southlake, the colossal stainless steel dragon behind me that you saw earlier, named Fury. Fury is an 8-ton, 28 feet tall dragon with a wingspan of 40 feet and 4 inches, the largest wingspan of any stainless steel dragon in the world. To put it in perspective, its wingspan is about the length of a full-size school bus. It has been said that Fury was created to, and I quote, celebrate all Carroll ISD's dragons, past, present, and future, and serves as a source of pride for every Southlake resident for decades to come. Well, this brings us to one of Southlake's greatest sense of accomplishments and source of pride, the schools. Your student will experience an unequivocal, unmatched spirit of competition and commitment to excellence, both academically and athletically. Now, I would love to believe that the only reason why anybody would want to go to schools in Southlake and be a part of Carroll ISD is for the academic. But there is a portion of people who prefer Carroll ISD Southlake because of its accolades in athleticism. Carroll ISD Southlake is a home to many celebrities, professional athletes, both currently on the roster and those retired. And we're talking across the board: football, baseball, basketball, you name it, they're here in Southlake. Now, maybe that gives some of our athletes, our student athletes, a little edge because they were raised in the professional ranks and environment of athleticism and athletes. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but you will notice that many of the student athletes from Carroll ISD, they seem to have a real high number, almost a disproportionate number, according to some people, of students who go on to play D1 sports in college and professional sports beyond. Hey, I'm not knocking whatever advantage a person has. That's what we do as parents. But I just wanted to put that footnote out there that Carroll ISD is absolutely known for their excellence in sports. And in fact, if you were to go online and search Southlake sports or Carroll ISD, the schools, probably their accomplishments in sports is going to be pretty highly ranked in your searches. Now, let's talk about the academics and the other parts of the schools. The official name of the school district here is Carroll Independent School District. I've used a combination from NISH, Texas Education Agency, and U.S. News and World Report to get you this data. According to these agencies, Carroll Independent School District receives a grade of A+ based on student success and readiness for college, teacher-to-student ratio, and the students' performances on the state's standardized tests. It's also reported that there is 0% economically disadvantaged students who attend Carroll ISD. And this graph, it shows you the ethnic breakdown of the student population in the school district. Now here's another very important note: buyer beware. If you're relocated to Southlake, one of the big pulls, the big draws, is being able to attend Carroll ISD for a number of reasons. However, living in Southlake, you might be zoned for Northwest ISD or Keller ISD. Now they're both very, very good school districts, strong school districts. But if you moved here, you might want your student to go to Carroll ISD. Now right now they've got open enrollment where if you did purchase a home in those particular areas that would normally zone for those other school districts, your student could and can attend Carroll Independent School District. But I always like to caution people to just double check, because I would hate you to assume that because you live in the city of Southlake that your student will go to Carroll schools, Carroll ISD. Now right now you're good, you're fine, but things can change, and if they do, I want you to be fully aware and make your decisions accordingly. Now let's talk about affordability and cost of living. I know you're moving to Southlake, so maybe affordability is not a real issue for you, but it's funny, when I help families relocate to Southlake, especially if there's more than one decision maker, it's almost like a house divided. You have the spendthrift, see it, like it, buy it. And then you have the a little bit more frugal. Got the spreadsheet and the flow chart, and every penny is accounted for. Well, whether you're the spendthrift or a little tighter with your cash, you're going to want to know these other things that you're going to spend while living in Southlake. The price and the privilege of living in the coveted zip code. Well, let's talk about your home, which is likely your most expensive investment living in Southlake. Now, Southlake is divided in two different counties, Denton County and Tarrant County. And within those two counties, you have 4 different school districts: Carroll ISD, Northwest ISD, Keller ISD, and Grapevine Colleyville. So remember, the school section I mentioned depends on where your home is situated and where that home is zoned as far as schools. That can make a difference in your property taxes. The thing you want to look at and consider whenever you're deciding, hey, where I want to live, are the counties. If you're in Denton County, you will notice that your overall property taxes is lower than if you are in Tarrant County. The city of Southlake is going to be the same. The tax rate is the same there, but the difference will be which school district, and that will impact your overall property tax. And speaking of homes, let's talk about what you can find here in Southlake. Well, I'm going to be real transparent with you. You're not going to find many bargain basement deals, and that's probably not what you're looking for. So on average, if it's turnkey and it's really a nice, luxurious property, we're talking multi-million dollars easy. At a minimum, low $1 million properties, and that's probably not going to give you the acreage you're looking for. It's not going to give you your tennis courts and your swimming pools and all of those details that you may be looking for, but they are very nice. We do have a diverse group of homes for you to choose. If you're looking for golf course, you can check that off your list. We've got it. If you're looking for something older with acreage, oh yeah, that exists. Now you might have to put some money in it, and do some updates, remodel. You might have to bring it down to the slab to get it the way you want, but you can buy a home on acreage. Or maybe you're looking for a newer home with acreage. Yep, you got it. You can get that too. If you're wanting a sense of a community, a master plan community, a subdivision, we've got that. And we also have homes that are sprawled out here in Southlake. And let's talk about what you're not going to find in terms of living spaces in Southlake. You're not going to find apartments. However, if you're wanting something that's not quite the single family spread out home, maybe you're more inclined to get a condominium or a townhome. Well, we've got those here. If you notice the drive-through when we went through Southlake Town Square, the condominiums and townhomes, well, those may cost you $900,000, but the ones that I've seen recently, on average, you're looking at about $1 million plus, even for the nicer townhomes and condominiums here in Southlake. Now, you can find them less expensive. Yes, Southlake does have age-restricted communities if you have someone older moving with you. So there are a variety of options for you if you decide to move to Southlake. But I wanted to at least give you an idea because I know you're excited of what you can get. And frankly, if you want it, it's here. It's just a matter of how much you're willing to pay for it. And probably the second most expensive things you would spend living in Southlake would be on your children. The private tutors, the private lessons, so your child will excel in whatever given sport, hobby, or interest they may have. Because remember, it's very competitive here in Southlake. I want to show you one more thing. Hang with me. I've got one more thing I want to share with you that is important to anyone, no matter where they decide to relocate. We've already gone over some of the things you can do in the city of Southlake, but you're probably curious about what to do around the city of Southlake. Well, let's take a look. Let's start with the city of Grapevine. Southlake is about 4 miles from the city of Grapevine, and that's where you're going to go explore, have a great time walking down the historic Main Street. This is where we have our vineyards, so you're definitely going to want to try a wine tasting at least once. There is so much fun to be had in the city of Grapevine. Grapevine is the Christmas capital of Texas, and you might be inclined to go over to the city of Roanoke. Roanoke is the unique food capital of Texas. Let's talk about some more things you want to see, do, and explore living in Southlake. Well, you can't be in Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex without going to Dallas or Fort Worth. Dallas is going to be about 27 miles from Southlake. And let me just warn you, go ahead and invest in a toll pass that would allow you to ride on our paid roads. Because riding for free, well, there's a price for that. I'm talking about pack your patience because you're going to be in traffic. This is a major metroplex. So go ahead and just get the money together and get yourself a toll pass. And in Dallas, hey, that is our sophistication. Everything you ever want to explore, do, taste, eat, shop, it's there in Dallas. But if you have an idea that, you know what, I think I want to watch the Dallas Cowboys play. Well, that's not in Dallas. That's actually in the city of Arlington. And Arlington is 21 miles away from Southlake. So yeah, that's where you're going to watch the Dallas Cowboys play, watch the Texas Rangers play baseball, and assortment of other things you're going to do there in Arlington, because that's sort of like the entertainment area, the hub. You have Six Flags, water parks, wax museums, a lot of things to do there in the city of Arlington. Now, Fort Worth is 25 miles from Southlake, and that's our Western heritage and culture. There is a lot of sophistication in Fort Worth. And Fort Worth is where you're going to see real cowboys on real horses and a cattle drive. So you're going to see cows, cattle on the streets being corralled by these cowboys. This is also where we have rodeo and an assortment of competitions that is Western related. Great museums, great heritage, great history in Fort Worth and in Dallas. Now, you're here at the DFW Metroplex, and chances are you're going to be traveling. Well, it's important for you to know where our DFW International Airport is. And you are about 7 miles from DFW Airport living in Southlake. And one more thing that you probably are going to find yourself doing is traveling about an hour away to the state of Oklahoma. And just on the other side of the border, you will find WinStar Casino. They have the shows there. They have the buffets. It's a casino. And remember, what happens at the casino stays at the casino. Well, hopefully by now you have a better insight of what it would be to live your life in Southlake, Texas. In this video, I hope to share with you all the important things, the good, the bad, the pros, the cons, things to celebrate, and things to be a little bit more curious about, some of the perceptions that people have of Southlake. Listen, if you are considering making Southlake your home, give me a call, email me, comment, and I would love to help you realize if Southlake is the place for you to create your memories and call home.